Snapchat has built its success through the lens.
But there isn't any filter that can disguise this fact.
The markets are worried about it.
I think there's a sense that Snapchat might be in over its head.
Stock prices have plummeted since Snap, the parent company, went public back in March. Shares at $27.09 back then, down to their lowest point so far this year, $11.83 in August. Experts now expecting it'll make $1.6 billion in revenue next year. That's down from $2 billion back in April.
I think there are a lot of investors who feel like they may have paid too much for the stock.
Snapchat is regarded as a young, fun upstart in the tech world. It's not based in Silicon Valley. It's not in some office complex. It is here, Venice Beach, California. Itself a fun, young, creative environment. Both of its bosses are young guys, again, helping sell that image. And yet, they're both also relatively inexperienced, leading some to ask, now that honeymoon period is over, do they really know what it is they're doing?
Snapchat has several $billion in its bank account, but the fact is it's going up against some tough competition, and so it's really got to find a way to distinguish itself. And thus far, the market hasn't felt like the company has made a compelling statement or shown how it's different from its competition and how it can stand out.
I love the negativity right now.
There's the other side. Few worries from Howard Love.
You know, if they have the eyeballs, if they have the usage, eventually the revenue does follow.
He's an angel investor in the tech world, and he's just bought into Snapchat.
It happened in Facebook. You know, you remember right after they went public, like, whoops, they missed mobile, and it was a bungled IPO, and you remember that? And not to mention, you know, Amazon went, you know, from 100 down to 7, and they're going to go bankrupt. So I think it's okay to have a healthy amount of skepticism out there, and if people think that you're crazy to do something, you know, you might just be onto something.
The problem Snapchat has is one of its biggest selling points is also one of its biggest vulnerabilities.
You see, the filters it's famed for are being copied and emulated by its rivals. So the big question is, where does Snapchat go next? And the answer?
They're diving into original programming and programming that is specific to Snapchat. So,
But like TV shows?
Like TV shows, but for Snapchat. So the content's usually shorter form. It's usually made to be shot vertically, so the perspective is different than a TV show.
And so while the competition may now be squarely the likes of Facebook and Instagram, perhaps next it'll be Netflix and Amazon. Snapchat's future direction still a little out of focus, whether investors like it or not. Phil Lavelle, CGTN, Los Angeles.